Point 1. Speak up about what you want. Ever heard the saying, closed mouths don't get fed? Well, it's true. If you want something, you've got to speak up. People aren't mind readers, you know. They can't guess what you're thinking or what you need. You've got to tell them. Take your boss, for example. You've been working hard, putting in the hours, and you think you deserve a raise. But your boss isn't going to just hand it over. You've got to make your case. Show them what you've accomplished, how you've added value to the company, and why you're ready for more responsibility. Or maybe it's your partner. You're feeling a bit neglected, needing a little more TLC. They're not going to know unless you say something. You've got to express your feelings, let them know what you need. Now, you might be thinking, easier said than done. And you're right. But don't worry, there are some tricks to help you out. Ever tried epoxy eyes? It's all about keeping eye contact. It shows you're sincere and interested. Or how about parroting? Just repeat the last few words the other person said. It shows you're listening and engaged. And then there's sticky eyes. Pretend your eyes are glued to the other person, even when you have to look away. It makes them feel important, like they're the only one in the room. And don't forget echoing. Use the same words they do. It creates a sense of familiarity, like you're on the same wavelength. These are just a few tools to help you express yourself better. They can help you build stronger relationships, whether at work or at home. So remember, if you want something, say it. Speak up. Express your needs and desires. And use these tricks to help you do it. You'll be amazed at the difference it can make. Point 2. Wow people without saying a word. Ever wondered how to make a lasting impression without uttering a single word? It's all about the art of nonverbal communication. Let's dive into some techniques that can help you master this art. First up, we have the flooding smile. This isn't your everyday, run-of-the-mill smile. It's a smile that's genuine, warm, and most importantly, delayed. Instead of flashing a quick grin, take a moment to really look at the person you're interacting with. Let their persona sink in, and then let your smile slowly spread across your face, reaching all the way to your eyes. This gives the impression that your smile is specially crafted for them, making them feel valued and leaving a positive impression. Next, we have the sticky eyes technique. This is all about eye contact. Imagine your eyes are glued to the person you're talking to, making them the center of your universe. If you have to look away, do it slowly, as if it's a struggle. This shows that you're genuinely interested in them and respect what they have to say. Taking it up a notch, we have the epoxy eyes technique. This is like sticky eyes, but on steroids. It's about making the other person feel like you can't tear your eyes away from them. This intense focus can create a sense of intimacy and connection, making them feel truly special. Finally, we have the big baby pivot technique. This is about giving your undivided attention to the person you're interacting with. Imagine they're a baby who's just crawled up to your feet. You'd naturally turn your body fully towards them, right? Do the same in your interactions. This shows that you think they're important and worth your time. Remember, in our fast-paced world, you only have about 10 seconds to make a first impression. These nonverbal cues can help you make those seconds count. They're not just about being friendly or polite. They're about making the other person feel valued and special, creating a connection that can lead to a successful relationship. So, Give them a try and see the difference they can make. Point 3. What's next after hi? So, you've said hi. Now what? Well, let's dive into some nifty tricks to keep the conversation flowing and make it meaningful. First up, we have mood matching. It's all about tuning into the other person's vibe and mirroring it. If they're buzzing with excitement, you should be too. If they're chilled out, you should also be cool as a cucumber. It's like creating a psychic holograph of their emotional state. This makes them feel understood and comfortable, setting the stage for a great chat. Next, we have passionate prosaic. Here, it's not so much about what you say, but how you say it. Your body language, the tone of your voice, and your overall vibe can make a world of difference. If you're enthusiastic and passionate, people are more likely to find you engaging. But if you're bored or disinterested, they might think you're a bit of a wet blanket. Then there's the what's it trick. This is about having something unique or unusual about you that can kickstart a conversation. Maybe it's a funky piece of jewelry or a book by a well-known author. It gives people a reason to approach you and strike up a chat. The who's that trick is next. This is when you ask the host of a party or event to introduce you to others and share a few fun facts about you. It's a great icebreaker and makes it easier for people to start a conversation with you. Last but not least, we have eavesdrop in. This is when you listen in on a group conversation and join in when you spot an opportunity. For instance, if you overhear a group talking about something you know a lot about, you could jump in with something like, I couldn't help but overhear your chat about, topic. I've got some thoughts on that, if you don't mind me joining in. It's a great way to break into a tight-knit group and get the conversation rolling. So, there you have it. After the hi, you've got a bunch of tricks up your sleeve to keep the conversation going. By tuning into others, matching their vibe, speaking with passion, having something unique about you, asking for introductions, and joining in on group chats, you're well on your way to becoming a master conversationalist. Point 4. Use your smarts to impress. Let's dive into some tips on how to chat like a VIP, shall we? First off, when you're trying to fit into a new group, don't go straight for the jugular with questions like, so, what do you do? It's a bit like walking into a party and shouting, hey, who are all you people? Instead, try something a bit more subtle like, how do you spend most of your time? It's like saying, hey, I get the gist of what's going on here, but I'd love to know more about you guys. It's a smoother way to ask the same thing. Next up, when someone throws the what do you do question your way, be ready with a killer response. Think of it like you're a top manager tailoring your resume for each job application. You wouldn't give the same spiel to a tech startup as you would to a law firm, right? So, before you spill the beans about your job, try to figure out what might tickle their fancy and tweak your answer to match. Make your life sound like a roller coaster ride of excitement and fun. Lastly, try to sound a bit smarter than you are. No, I'm not saying you should pretend to be a rocket scientist. Just spruce up your vocabulary a bit. Find fancy alternatives for some of the words you use all the time and see if they fit into your daily chit-chat. If they sound cool, start using them regularly. Just adding 50 new words to your vocabulary can take it from meh to wow. Start with overused words like good, pretty, nice, or smart. So, in a nutshell, chatting like a VIP isn't just about what you say, but how you say it. By being smooth, personalizing your responses, and jazzing up your vocabulary, you can make yourself sound like the life of the party. Point 5. Learn the ropes to fit in. Ever wondered how to fit into any crowd? Here's a simple guide to help you blend in like a chameleon. 1. Be a jack or Jill of all trades. This is what we call scramble therapy. It's all about diving headfirst into new experiences. Attend a lecture on a topic you know zilch about, try a sport you've never played, or lend a hand at a charity event. This way, you get to soak up different environments and cultures, and pick up 80% of the insider lingo and questions. It's like having a secret key to unlock any crowd. 2. Talk the talk. Here's a fun word for you: gobbledygook. It's the special language or jargon of a hobby or profession. To an outsider, it might sound like a foreign language, but to an insider, it's a secret handshake. So, learn a bit of this insider lingo. Ask a friend who's into that hobby or profession to teach you a few key phrases. Even a smidgen of this insider talk can make you seem like one of the gang. 3. Stay in the loop. Before you mingle with a group of professionals, get the lowdown on the hot topics in their field. These are the issues that are currently causing a buzz. Ask someone in the know to fill you in. Then, when you're chatting with these professionals, drop these topics into the conversation. It shows you're clued in and genuinely interested. 4. Do your homework. If you're trying to connect with someone who has a specific interest, like sports, or if you're going to a gathering of people with a shared interest, like accountants or Zen Buddhists, get your hands on relevant magazines. Reading these will give you insider knowledge you can casually drop into conversation. 5. Respect the culture. If you're dealing with people from a different culture, it's vital to understand and respect their customs. Before you set foot in a foreign country, do some research. Find out what's considered polite and impolite, what gifts are appropriate, and what gestures are acceptable. This way, you'll avoid any cultural blunders and show respect for their culture. In a nutshell, fitting into any crowd is all about immersing yourself in new experiences, learning the lingo, staying up to date with current issues, understanding what makes others tick, and respecting cultural norms. By doing this, you'll be able to connect with a wide range of people and feel at home in any crowd. Point 6. Show you're on the same wavelength. Ever wondered how to make someone feel like you're two peas in a pod? It's all about communication, and there are some nifty tricks to help you do just that. Let's dive in. First off, you've got to make them feel like you're part of the same tribe. This isn't about your bank balance or where you live, but more about how you act and talk. This is called being a copy class. So, if they're the chilled, slow-talking type, you should try to match their vibe. If they're all about high energy and fast talk, crank up your own energy to match. It's like holding up a mirror to their behavior, and it can make them feel more at ease with you. Next up, there's a trick called echoing. This is all about tuning into their choice of words and then sprinkling some of those words into your own chat. Say they love the word fantastic, you should try to drop that word into your conversation too. It's like you're speaking their language, and it can make them feel like you're on the same wavelength. Then there's potent imaging. This is all about getting into their interests and using the lingo that goes with it. Say they're into sailing, you could drop in some sailing jargon into your chat. It shows you're interested in what they're into, and it can make them feel more connected to you. Finally, don't forget about empathy. It's all about using empathizers, phrases that show you get what they're saying. Instead of just nodding along with a yeah or mmhm, try saying things like I see what you mean or that's a wonderful thing to say. It shows you're not just hearing them, but really understanding them. It can make them feel more open and ready for a deeper chat. So, to make someone feel like you're cut from the same cloth, you've got to mirror their behavior, echo their words, chat about their interests, and show some empathy. These tricks can help you build a connection and understanding, making them feel more comfortable and ready for a good, deep conversation. Point 7. Compliment without sucking up. Mastering the art of giving compliments without sounding like a brown-noser is a delicate dance. It's all about being genuine, sincere, and impactful without making it seem like you're trying to butter someone up or manipulate them. First off, let's get one thing straight. Compliments from a stranger often pack a bigger punch than those from someone you know. They're unexpected, which makes them seem more genuine. But remember, if you're complimenting someone who's a few rungs below you on the social ladder, start with a subtle remark. It'll make your compliments seem more sincere and less like you're trying to score points. Now, let's dive into some effective ways to dish out compliments. One method is what we'll call grapevine glory. This is when you compliment someone to a third party, knowing that your words will eventually reach the person you're praising. It's a roundabout way of giving a compliment, but it can make your praise seem more genuine and less like you're trying to win them over. Another approach is the carrier pigeon kudos. Here, you're the messenger of good news, delivering compliments from others. This can make you a hit, as everyone loves the person who brings them good news and kind words. Then there's the implied magnificence method. This involves casually dropping positive comments about the person you're talking to into your conversation. The trick here is to make your compliments seem off the cuff, not like you've planned them out. The accidental adulation method is all about slipping a compliment into a conversation as if it were an afterthought. This can make your compliments seem more genuine and less like you're trying to pull strings. Finally, there's the killer compliment method. This is when you give a compliment that's so unique and personal that it'll be remembered long after the conversation is over. This could be a compliment about the person's looks, their personality, or something they've done that you admire. But remember, all of these methods should be used with sincerity. If your compliments seem fake or insincere, they'll be seen as manipulative and untrustworthy. So, always try to find something you genuinely like or admire about the person you're complimenting. Point 8. Win their hearts. Ever wondered how to strike a chord with someone, right in their heart? It's all about creating a deep emotional bond, making them feel seen, cherished, and understood. Here are a few tricks to help you do just that. First up, we have talking gestures. This is all about using your voice to paint a picture when you're on the phone. If you're grinning from ear to ear, let your voice show it. If you're nodding along, make a sound that says "I'm with you." It's like adding color to a black and white conversation, making the other person feel like they're right there with you. Next, we have the name shower. This is as simple as it sounds. Sprinkle their name throughout the conversation. It's like making eye contact in a chat. It creates a sense of closeness and connection. Plus, it makes them feel important, and who doesn't like that? Then there's the "oh wow, it's you" trick. This is about showing real warmth and excitement when you recognize the person you're talking to. Let your smile reach your voice. It makes the other person feel like $1,000,000, and that's a surefire way to create a deep emotional bond. Finally, we have the sneaky screen. This is about handling incoming calls in a way that doesn't make the caller feel like they're being screened or brushed off. Have your team greet the caller with joy, ask for their name, and repeat their name before transferring the call to you. It's like rolling out the red carpet for them, making them feel acknowledged and valued even if you're not available to chat. In a nutshell, getting right into someone's heart is all about using these communication tricks to create a deep emotional bond. It's about making them feel seen, cherished, and understood. And that, my friends, is the secret to building stronger and more meaningful relationships. Point 9. Work a party without being a politician. Hey, guess what? You don't need to be a seasoned politician to rock a party. It's all about mastering the art of chit-chat, making a grand entrance, and choosing who you want to chat up, rather than waiting for someone to pick you. Let's dive in. 1. Don't be a foodie, be a talkie. Ever noticed how politicians at parties are more into talking than eating? That's because they know the real deal is in the conversation, not the canapés. Say you're at a business networking event. You're there to make connections, not to fill your belly. If you're busy stuffing your face, you might miss out on a golden opportunity to connect with someone important. So, make a choice, eat or mingle. Trying to do both at the same time is a no-go. 2. Make a grand entrance. Your entrance can set the tone for the rest of the party. It's not about being flashy, but about taking a moment to size up the room. When you walk in, pause for a moment, scan the room, and take note of who's there and what's happening. This will help you spot familiar faces, potential new connections, and get a feel for the party vibe. Then, you can plan your mingling strategy to make the biggest impact. 3. Be the chooser, not the choice. Don't wait for others to come to you. Be proactive and approach the people you want to meet. If you spot a potential business partner at a networking event, don't wait for them to come to you. Make the first move, introduce yourself, and strike up a conversation. This go-getter approach can lead to more meaningful connections and opportunities. So, there you have it. You don't need to be a political whiz to work a party. It's all about being strategic with your mingling, making a memorable entrance, and taking the initiative to connect with the people you want to meet. Master these skills, and you'll be the life of any party, guaranteed. Point 10. Smash the toughest glass ceiling. Ever felt like there's an invisible barrier stopping you from having great relationships? Well, you're not alone. It's like trying to break through a glass ceiling. You can see what's on the other side, but you just can't get there. But don't worry, there are ways to smash through this tricky barrier. First off, let's talk about see no bloopers, hear no bloopers. Sounds funny, right? But it's all about focusing on the good stuff. Forget about people's mistakes or slip-ups. Instead, concentrate on their strengths. This creates a positive vibe and makes people feel more confident. And who doesn't want to be around someone who makes them feel good about themselves? Next up is lend a helping tongue. This is all about being there for someone when they're struggling to get their words out. If they're telling a story and suddenly go quiet, don't jump in or rush them. Encourage them to keep going and show you're genuinely interested. This boosts their confidence and strengthens your bond. Then there's bear the berry WIFM. Sounds mysterious, right? It's actually about being clear and honest when you're asking for a favor. Let the other person know what's in it for them too. This way, there's no room for misunderstandings or feelings of being used. And don't forget about let 'em savor the favor. If you do something nice for someone, let them enjoy it before you ask for something back. This makes them feel valued and increases the chances they'll want to do something nice for you in return. Last but not least, there's tit for tat. This is about doing a favor for someone, expecting they'll do the same for you in the future. But remember, patience is key. Don't ask for a favor back straight away. Let them appreciate what you've done first. This way, they'll see it as a friendly gesture, not an obligation. So there you have it. Breaking through that pesky glass ceiling in relationships is all about positivity, support, honesty, patience, and give and take. By using these strategies, you can overcome those invisible barriers and enjoy more successful relationships. Point 11. Conclusion. Effective communication is the key to success in any relationship, be it personal or professional. It's not just about what you say, but how you say it. Mastering the art of conversation can open doors and create meaningful connections. The first step is to be genuinely interested in others. Ask questions, listen attentively, and respond thoughtfully. This shows respect and appreciation for the other person's thoughts and experiences. Nonverbal cues are equally important. Maintain eye contact, use open body language, and mirror the other person's gestures and expressions to build rapport and trust. Remember, everyone loves a good listener. By focusing on the other person, you make them feel valued and important. This can lead to deeper, more fulfilling relationships. In professional settings, effective communication can help you stand out and succeed. Be clear, concise, and confident. Use positive language and show enthusiasm. This can make you more likable and persuasive. Finally, practice makes perfect. The more you practice these techniques, the more natural they will become. So, start today and see the difference it can make in your relationships. In conclusion, communication is a skill that can be learned and improved. With the right techniques and a little practice, you can talk to anyone with ease and confidence.